Hola estudiantes, bienvenidos al español intermedio 201, verano 2024. So you can see this course runs from May 20th through June 19th. It is asynchronous online, so we do not meet face to face. And this is our orientation video. I apologize, I think there was a stale link here before in that orientation video. Most of it would still apply except for the textbook. So we're just going to get a few things straight right off the bat. And almost everything you need is contained here in the modules. And the syllabus, for example, is super important for right now. Most of your questions will probably find their answers here. So before you reach out to me, please check the syllabus because chances are you'll find the answer there. So you can read all of this at your leisure, but this is super important. We're using Portales 2.0. Now, the title does matter. There are a lot of similar titles, Portales 2, No, this is brand new. You want Portales 2.0, digital textbook, as well as access to the online homework. So if you come down here, you can hit right here and buy your materials directly from the publisher. And Vista already has a site set up for us. It is tailored for UNCW students, whether they be French or Spanish or anything else. And of course, I don't have my information loaded, so I probably won't be able to access it. Let's see. You never know. Sometimes you get lucky. But I'm using my daughter's laptop today because it's having problems with my own. It looks like it didn't want to go. Oh, amazing. That's the first time that sucker's ever gone. So here you go down to Spanish 201. Here's what you need. So most students will probably opt for digital access only. This gives you 5-month access code with online textbook only. So this gives you access to the website and the digital textbook, and it's perfect for summer. If you're planning on continuing, you might want to consider another option like going for the 12-month access. And if you have a special case because you've taken 201 before, make sure you consider these possibilities. Perhaps you just need an extension code. So depending on what your needs are, you would choose one of these. But again, for most students, it's probably the 149 that is your best bet. So here we are back on the syllabus. And once you've purchased your digital textbook and access to the website, you'll need to register in my particular section of 201. So go to VHL, go to the Portales 2.0 online platform and create an account, enter your information, and simply follow the registration instructions on the screen. If you get stuck, here's a video that you can watch, but it's pretty intuitive. You shouldn't have any trouble. Just make sure that you get into the right section and it should be obvious. My name's Stevens, should be on there. So back on Canvas, let's go to the VHL companion website. You have a link on Canvas. That'll take you here. And you're looking for 2.0 intermediate Spanish. Just click that on. And that'll take us to the website. And 21805. And let's see what we have. So the first thing I'm going to look at is I see that 15 students have enrolled, so that's really good. So it looks like many students have enrolled, and that's really good. And the only thing I would tell you is Kaylee Hudson, for example, you'll need to go back and change this. I need your UNCW email to make it official. Anybody else who doesn't have a UNCW email, that's the one that you need to use. Otherwise, there may be some issues. You might not get some important information, but it looks like most people are good. Okay, so that's the course roster. And let's see, so assignments here, activities, this is where you go to find out what you need to do and when it's due. So anything with a date by it is due, and we already have some things that are due today. Now, if you're a little bit late up and running, don't worry about it. As far as the homework is concerned, there's a 5% late penalty per day that it's late. But the first week, I tend to apply a grace period. So don't worry about it. The main thing is to get up and running as quickly as possible. And even if you miss the deadline, go ahead and submit the homework assignments. And chances are the grace period will still apply and you will not be penalized. But the main thing is to get your materials and to get up and running. So in this particular lección or chapter, you're dealing with las relaciones personales, la familia, tus amigos, etc. And first bit is just vocabulary. This gives you a chance to practice, repeat out loud, and then several activities that have to do with the vocabulary. Also in this chapter, we've got the present tense 1.1. We've got ser versus estar 1.2. And the progressive form. So these are the equivalent in English of running, eating, walking. These are the forms with the gerund. So hablando, comiendo, estudiando, etc. So this is our grammar. And just so you see, I'll click on 1.1. And you see that these are due tomorrow. So they're due on the 21st. And for a bird's eye view of what's due, you can go to assignments and look at the calendar. You'll see what's coming down the pike. I try to keep your homework to around 2 hours a day. If I can get it under that, fine. Sometimes you have to go a little bit over it. We see what's up for this week. So you've got all the assignments for this week and the first lesson test. It says 30 minutes. That's just a glitch. You'll always get a full hour. And I'll talk more about that first lesson test. And now that I'm thinking about it, as far as the homework goes, by the end of the term or at the end of the term, you'll be able to drop the whole homework assignment for an entire chapter. So we're going to cover 1 through 5. It's not a particular homework assignment, but the assignments for one whole chapter. So say, for example, you get into a slump, you have a couple of days you're not doing that well, and you don't score that well, you'll be able to drop that entire chapter's homework at the end of the session. Also, as far as the tests are concerned, you'll have 5 tests, and let's see, you'll be able to drop 1 through 4. So chapters 1 through 4, you'll be able to drop that lowest score. You won't be able to drop chapter 5 though, because that's like our final exam. Even though it's a chapter test, you won't be able to drop it. So chapter 5 is a little bit different. But the thing is, if you do poorly, or if you miss one of the chapter tests 1 through 4, don't feel bad because it won't count against you because you get to drop it at the end of the term. Also, as far as these homework assignments go, in most cases, you can do the assignment as many times as you need to get a good score because if you get the wrong answer the first time around, it gives you a chance to go back and get it right, except for those items that are true and false. True, false, you only get one shot, obviously, because it's a binary choice. So let's see, that's a little bit about the homework. What else can I say? I think at this point I'm going to the dashboard because your view is slightly different than mine. So you got the kind of behind the scenes look, and let me see if I can sign on as a student. So 805. Yeah, view as a sample student. And so here you can see what's coming down the pike due Monday. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So you can just proceed in the serial fashion if you want. If for whatever reason you did want to skip around, you can always just hit assignments, and this gives you a little bit more control. You don't have to do them in serial fashion. You can jump around, you can work ahead. So as long as you realize there are a couple different ways. So on your dashboard, everything's laid out. You can just hit start, just go like a racehorse and just go bam, 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 in order, chronological order. But again, if you wanted to, you could go to activities, and you can jump around for whatever reason. So I'm already over my 10 minutes. And so I think I'll be signing off for now. First couple of days, I'll be sending you a lot of little videos to keep you oriented and to explain some of the assignments. But I just wanted to introduce myself, let you have a look at me, como soy, y ojalá hagamos mucho español este semestre. Estaré en contacto pues muy pronto. Mientras tanto, que lo pasen bien y nos vemos muy pronto. Hasta pronto, hasta luego.